Welcome to Massive Beers. My name's Matt. We do beer reviews and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm going to do this for y'all tonight. Dresden Codex. Yeah, kind of a weird name. Reminds me of my old DJ times and years and playing techno. It's kind of, that would be someone who does a live PA called Dresden Codex. This is a Mexican-style dark lager from Human Robot Courtesy. My boy Brian from Bomb Place. Stopped at Bomb Place the other day. Wanted to get a couple 2-3 things for the old beer tube of Palooza coming up, and I gave him some beer, and he ended up giving me some beer. I'm going to review this. I don't see a date on here. Yeah, 7/21. Not too shabby for a Mexican dark lager. Today's 8/28, so you're talking about a month old. That's all really is on here. Philly represent. And I really do like the label. I mean, joking about the name aside, something about the art design on it kind of reminds me of something I can't put my... Oh, old school traditional tattoo flash art is what it reminds me of. Because that's what it is. We'll see what's what. Mexican dark. Not dark. Dark lager. And it's not super dark, as you can see in the pour. It's coming off more kind of like Marzeny, Oktoberfesty kind of a color. So you're thinking about a dark lager. I thought it was going to come off just a little bit darker than that. I mean, when I bring it back here, it looks super duper dark. But when I actually bring it up into the light, like I said, it looks, if you ever had... it's not that horrible of beer. Michelob, they're Amberbach. It's kind of like that color, but all your traditional kind of Baki kind of colors. Nothing too rich like Doppelbaki, but like I said, your Marzens, your single box stuff like that. So, yeah, looks the part. Poured the whole thing in because I'm a dummy. Let's get a nose. Ooh, that's sweet in a way that is unique. What is that? It's got to be the corn. See, that's the thing. You're talking about a Mexican lager. You're assuming you're getting some kind of corn component in here. But this comes off sweet, more like kettle corn. If you ever had like kettle popcorn, it's like a sweetened version of regular popcorn. That's kind of how this comes off for me. Not in a negative way. It doesn't come off cloying or anything like that, or something that's going to be a little bit kind of like outside of what it should be, beer-wise. But it just smells interesting and fun with a couple ends while I spill everything everywhere. A little bit of maltiness to it, nothing too hyper aggressive. Nice little cleanness to it, even though it has that kind of maltiness and sweetness going on. Does it smell like a traditional dark lager generically? No, but it smells like a malty, like a single bock is really how it's coming off for me. Let's dive in. Cheers. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. Yeah, I mean, it's a dark lager. It kind of has Baki elements to it when it comes to these kind of, the way the malts kind of come off. There's a little bit more to them. There's a richness to them. There's a little bit of subtle caramel to them. But where it really does kind of strike that chord from a Mexican lager side of thing is the crispiness. It pulls that really cool trick off to where it's giving you this kind of malty, fun, slightly decadent, for a lager, mind you, kind of side of it. But on the other side of things, you are getting this kind of like crispy, super drinkability with a nice touch, kind of checky level, kind of bittering on it, that just kind of ties the whole thing together. It's a really good beer. I mean, kind of expected that. Human Robot is kind of one of the better lager brewers that is going at the moment. So I expected something quite tasty, but when you read it, Mexican lager, you think, typical corn edition, kind of bright, kind of chuggable kind of lager. Then you're like, dark Mexican lager. Then you're like, okay, where are they going with that? Are they getting all the way to like Schwarzbier level dark? Well, obviously that's not the case. And then you start to be like, okay, kind of looks like a Bock, smells like a Bock, drinks a little bit like a Bock, but it has that kind of that drinkability and that touch of sweetness that I assume that corn provides with that combination of that maltiness. It's like a hybrid beer. Just got finished rewatching for like the umpteenth time, like Battlestar Galactica. It's like a Cylon. It's somewhere in between human and machine. Because lagers are machines. Everybody knows that. So, I don't know. I'm going off on tangents now, which means I should wrap this up. But yeah, no. I mean, from the malt side of things to the kind of lager crispiness, it brings both of those worlds together. They both represent properly, but at the same time, they're not muddled together, and it works. It works in a very, very tasty way. So let's talk about it. One of the better lagers I've had is late. Yes. Absolutely. Very tasty stuff. Worthy of Mount Rushmore status. And let's just talk about Human Robot. What are your experiences with them in general? You know, I haven't been there. I'm not going to lie to you. Sorry, Philly. Not a big Philly guy. Kind of avoid Philly at all costs, but this brewery keeps kind of pulling me in, kind of making me want to go to Philly. So I'm going to have to pull a Philly weekend out of my butt and kind of hit a bunch of breweries, go back to Ferment to Reform, hit this. A couple places I've been chopping at the bit to go to. But let's talk about your experiences. I've covered a couple. There's beers, but have you been to the brewery? What are your thoughts? Are you a lagerhead? Have they turned you in a lagerhead? Yada, yada, yada down there. Let's talk about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all.